Hello students, hope you all are following the lessons. In the previous class we discussed about the quadratic polynomial. General form of a quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And I gave you some homework also related to quadratic polynomial. How we can check whether the given equation is quadratic or not. Now in exercise 4.1, the next one is solution of word problems there. That I will not take, but before that we'll discuss how to find out the zeros of a quadratic polynomial. Like in linear polynomial, we are finding the zeros in this way. X plus 3 is equal to 0. 0 or root of the polynomial. We are finding the particular value of x which makes the given polynomial equal to 0. So, it will be equal to x is equal to minus 3. Then we are saying x is equal to minus 3 is a 0 of the polynomial p of x is equal to x plus 3. In the same way, suppose if any other polynomial is there, p of x is equal to 2x plus 5. And if it is asked, find the root or 0 of this polynomial, how we are doing? We are equating the polynomial to 0. 2x plus 5 equal to 0. And then we are finding out the value of x using transposition rule. X is equal to, first plus 5 will move to right hand side, it will become minus 5. Then we will shift 2 to right hand side, 2 is multiplied by x. So when you will change the position, it will get divided. Then we will get x is equal to minus 5 by 2. We will say minus 5 by 2 is a 0 of the polynomial p of x is equal to 2x plus 5. In the same way, now we will check how to find out the zeros of a quadratic polynomial. Zeros are also called root of the quadratic polynomial. Root of the quadratic polynomial. There are three methods to find out the zeros of the quadratic polynomial. First method is factorization. Second method, completing the square. And third method is using quadratic formula. There are three methods again to solve the quadratic polynomial: factorization, completing the square, and using quadratic formula. In this, at present, completing the square is given in your textbook, but from the CBSE, this topic is omitted there. So, we will discuss about factorization and using quadratic formula. Since it is a quadratic polynomial, maximum power of x is 2. Degree of the quadratic polynomial is 2. Therefore, it will have maximum 2 zeros. Maximum 2 zeros means either it will have 2 different zeros or 2 equal zeros, or sometimes some cases will be there where factorization is not possible. So in that case, we will not get any real zeros. All these conditions we will discuss later. So first we will discuss how to find the zeros or root of the quadratic polynomial using factorization method. So please note down the first one, x square plus 9x plus 18 equal to 0. Children, please note down, the question is find the zeros of the quadratic polynomial, or sometimes it will be asked to find the roots of the quadratic polynomial or solve the quadratic polynomial. Question can be asked in any way. So to solve all these things, we will use the concept splitting the middle term. As the name suggests, split the middle term. How we have to split the middle term, that we have to check there. So we'll split the middle term in such a way that we will find two numbers whose sum should be equal to 9 and whose product should be equal to the constant term and coefficient of x square. At present, coefficient of x square, if nothing is there, we'll rewrite as 1 there. So we have to find two numbers whose sum should be equal to 9 and whose product should be equal to 18 into 1. 18. So sometimes you will get the numbers easily. If any problem is there in getting the number, just check the concept. Our sum is positive and product is also positive. So both the numbers which you will take, both should be positive. So if both the numbers are positive, then we have to do addition. Now we will check the numbers which gives the product 18. We will check the numbers. First is 1 into 18, 18. But 18 plus 1 will not give you 9. Next is 2 into 9, 18. But 2 plus 9 will not, 2 into 9 is 18. But 2 plus 9 will not give us 9. Then next is 3 into 6, 18. And 3 plus 6 is equal to 9. So we got the two numbers which we have to take, 3 and 6. So we'll split the middle term in this way. X square plus 9x can be written as 3x plus 6x plus 18 is equal to 0. Now what we have to do, we have to check whether any common factor is there in these two terms. X square meaning it is x into x. And in the second term also we have x. So we can take x common from first and second term. Inside the bracket it will remain x plus 3. Now from the next two terms, if we will check, here 6 is there and 18 can be written as 6 into 3. So we have 6 common in third and fourth term. So we are taking 6 common. Inside the bracket it will be equal to, from here we removed 6. So remaining is x plus 18 can be written as 3 into 6. 6 we took common there. So remaining is plus 3 equal to 0. So now we have only two terms. In these two terms, common factor is x plus 3. Take it outside. So it will be equal to x plus 3 into remaining is x plus 6 equal to 0. At present, the meaning of this expression is product of two numbers equal to 0. This is possible when one of the numbers should be equal to 0. So either x plus 3 equal to 0 or x plus 6 equal to 0. So if x plus 3 is equal to 0, then we will get x is equal to minus 3. If x plus 6 is equal to 0, then we will get x is equal to minus 6. So we got the two values of x, minus 3 and minus 6. So these are the two zeros of the polynomial x square plus 9x plus 18 equal to 0. Can please note down all these. I hope this method is clear to you. We'll discuss some more examples. Second question. (6x square plus 7x plus 2 equal to 0. Rest everything you can do as a rough work there. So again, we have to split the middle term. We want two numbers whose sum should be equal to 7 and product should be equal to multiplication of constant term and coefficient of x square. So product should be equal to 6 into 2, 12. Again, we can check the numbers if any doubt is there. And since sum is positive and product is also positive, so both the numbers should be positive. We have to do addition there. 12. 1 into 12 is 12. But 12 plus 1 will not give you 7. Then next 2 into 6 is 12, but 2 plus 6 not equal to 7. Next is 3. 3 into 4, 12, and 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. So these are the two numbers which we need there. So we will split in this way. 6x square plus 7x can be written as 3x plus 4x plus 2 equal to 0. We are only splitting the middle term. In rest of the terms, no change there. Again, we will check if any common factor is there in these two terms there. Here we have 3, x we have, and here we have 6. 6 can be written as 3 into 2. So we have 3x common in first two terms. 3x taken outside. So here we took 3 common. So remaining it will be equal to 2x plus. From here we took 3x common. So remaining is 1. And if you are taking the positive sign common, plus sign should be written here. From these two terms, as we can check, common factor is 2 because 4 can be written as 2 into 2. So we are taking 2 common. Inside the bracket it will remain 2x plus 1 equal to 0. So again we have 2x plus 1 as a common factor there. We will take it outside. 2x plus 1. Remaining is here 3x plus 2 equal to 0. Product of two numbers equal to 0. So one of the number should be equal to 0. Either 2x plus 1 is equal to 0 or 3x plus 2 equal to 0. If 2x plus 1 is equal to 0, then we will get x is equal to minus 1 by 2. Or if 3x plus 2 is equal to 0, then value of x will be equal to minus 2 by 3. So again we got the two zeros as minus 1 by 2 and minus 2 by 3. In this way we will solve the quadratic equations. We will discuss more examples so that the concept will be clear to you. Next question is x square plus 3x minus 40 equal to 0. We have to find two numbers whose sum should be equal to 3 and product should be equal to minus 40 into 1. So that will be equal to minus 40. Now we will check. Our sum is positive, but our product is negative. Product will come negative when out of the two numbers, one number should be negative. So if one number is negative and one number is positive, then we have to do subtraction. When we will check the number, we will check the subtraction of two numbers should be equal to 3. So how we will do it? Just to check 40. Factorization. Just to remember that we don't have to do addition. Now we have to do subtraction because one number is positive and one number is negative. 1 into 40 will be equal to 40, but 40 minus 1 not equal to 3. 2 into 20, but 20 minus 2 will not give you 3. Then next not divisible by 3, next is 4. 4 into 10, 40, but 10 minus 4 not equal to 3. Next number is 5. 5 into 8, 40, and 8 minus 5 is plus 3. Now here sign we have to check according to this sign there. If the sum is positive, then out of the two numbers, the greater number we will write positive and the smaller one we will take as negative. So the number 3x we will split it as minus 5x plus 8x. X square minus 5x plus 8x minus 40 equal to 0. Taking the common factor from the two terms, x common, inside the bracket remaining x minus 5, from these two terms plus 8 common, inside the bracket x minus 5 equal to 0. So again we have x minus 5 as a common factor. X minus 5 into x plus 8 equal to 0. So either x minus 5 will be equal to 0 or x plus 8 equal to 0. If x minus 5 is equal to 0, we will get x is equal to plus 5. And if x plus 8 is equal to 0, we will get x is equal to minus 8. So these are the two zeros of the polynomial x square plus 3x minus 40. Hope the method is clear to you. Just to check this one. If the sum is positive and product is negative, then one number should be negative. Out of the two numbers, which one should be negative or positive? For that, you have to check the symbol there. If the sum is positive, greater number you have to take it as positive. We'll discuss more examples so that the method will be clear to you. So moving to the next example. X square minus 5x minus 7 equal to 0. Now hope I think all can do with me. We want two numbers whose sum should be equal to minus 5 and product should be equal to minus 7 into 2 minus 14. Product is equal to minus 14. Again, product is negative. So one number should be negative and sum is also negative. Out of the two numbers, the greater number should be negative. Product negative, therefore one number should be negative. So we have to do subtraction, not addition there. So we'll check the factors of 14 here. 1 into 14, 14. But 14 minus 1 not equal to minus 5. Then next is 2 into 7, 14. And 7 minus 2 is equal to 5 there. Now we will check which number should be positive and which one will be negative. Just to check the sum. Our sum is negative. So out of these two numbers, take the greater number negative and the smaller one positive there. So we'll split minus 5x in this way. 2x square plus 2x minus 7x minus 7 equal to 0. Common factor, as we can check, 2x is the common factor. So inside the bracket it will be equal to x plus 1. From these two, minus 7. Both are negative. That's why we'll take minus 7 common. Minus 7 taken outside. So inside the bracket it will be equal to x plus 1 equal to 0. X plus 1 into 2x minus 7 equal to 0. So either x plus 1 equal to 0 or 2x minus 7 equal to 0. So from here x will be equal to minus 1 or x is equal to minus 7 by 2. Two zeros of the quadratic polynomial. Hope all are following this. Now we will discuss the next example. I am discussing so many examples so that the method should be clear to you. Next is 12x square plus 7x minus 10 equal to 0. We have to find two numbers whose sum should be equal to 7 and product should be equal to 12 into minus 10, that is equal to minus 120. product is negative. So one number should be negative. We have to do the subtraction there. 120. Again we will check there. 1 into 120. But 120 minus 1 not equal to 7. 2 into 60. 60 minus 2 not equal to 7. 3 into 40. Not. Then 4 into 30. Again subtraction not equal to 7. Then we will check 5 into 24. No, not possible. 6 into 20. Again not possible. Then not divisible by 7. 8 into 15. 15 into 8, 120, and 15 minus 8 is 7. So we got our two numbers 8 and 15. Now check the sum. Sum is positive. So out of these two numbers, the greater number should be positive and the smaller one we will take as negative. So it will be equal to 12x square minus 8x plus 15x minus 10 equal to 0. Ordering, it depends on you there. If you want, you can write plus 15x first. No problem there. No change will come in factorization. We'll take the common factor outside. Here if we will check, both are divisible by 4. So we can take 4x common. Inside the bracket remaining is 3x minus 2. From these two, common factor is plus 5. Inside the bracket remaining 3x minus 2 equal to 0. 3x minus 2 into 4x plus 5 equal to 0. Equate separately each factor to 0. Then we will get x is equal to, now I am writing it directly. You all can do the steps there. Now I hope it is easy to you. You can write down directly there. X is equal to 2 by 3. And if we will equate 4x plus 5 is equal to 0, we will get x is equal to minus 5 by 4. Moving on to the next example. 25x square plus 10x plus 1 equal to 0. So split the middle term. We have to find two numbers whose sum should be equal to 10 and the product should be equal to 25 into 1, 25. Now I think a product 25, only some numbers are there, so we can check without writing this one. 1 into 25. 25 plus 1 will not give us 10. Then 5 5s are 25 and 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. So 10x can be written as 5x plus 5x. Both the numbers are same. Common factor in first two terms is 5x taken outside. Inside the bracket it will be equal to 5x plus 1. From these two, no common factor is there. If no common factor is there, then we will take plus 1 common. Inside the bracket, again no change, 5x plus 1 is equal to 0. So again 5x plus 1 taken outside, inside the bracket remaining is 5x plus 1. So we have got two zeros there, and I think both, when you will equate to 0, both will give the value x is equal to minus 1 by 5, and here also x is equal to minus 1 by 5. We have two zeros, but both the zeros are equal. So I am giving you different examples. It will be easy for you to do the questions there. Now what will happen when fractions will come? We'll check that type of questions also. Please note down the question. X square. Question number you can check please. X square plus x by 3 minus 2 by 3 equal to 0. So whenever fractions are coming, it is difficult for us to solve with fraction. So easy method, what we can do, first remove the fraction there. How we can remove the fraction? Check the denominator. Denominator is equal to 3 there. So what we will do, whatever the denominator is there, we will multiply the whole expression by that denominator. So we will multiply the whole equation multiplying by 3. So the first one, it will get multiplied by 3x square. The next one I am showing you here how we are getting cancelled, how it will get cancelled. X by 3, it will get multiplied by 3. So 3 and 3 will get cancelled, remaining it will be equal to x. The same way, minus 2 by 3 multiplied by 3. So 3 and 3 cancelled, remaining will be equal to minus 2 equal to 0. Now we will solve this one, because doing with fraction will be slightly difficult. Avoid the fraction. Now same method, we will split the middle term there. We have to find two numbers whose sum should be equal to 1 and product is equal to 3 into minus 2 will be equal to minus 6. Product is negative. So one number should be negative and we have to do subtraction. So I think it will be easy for you. 3 into 2, 6, and 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. 3x square, 3 and 2, two numbers, sum is positive, so 3 should be positive. Plus 3x minus 2x minus 2 is equal to 0. Common factor, 3x, inside the bracket x plus 1. Here both are negative, so we will take the negative sign also common. Minus 2 taken common. Inside the bracket remaining is x plus 1 equal to 0. Again we will take x plus 1 common, so it will be equal to x plus 1 into 3x minus 2 equal to 0. Equate each factor to 0. Hope all can do now. So we will get, when we will equate x is equal to minus 1 and when we will equate 3x minus 2 to 0, we will get x is equal to 2 by 3. So two zeros are minus 1 and 2 by 3. Please note down all the solutions. Moving to the next type. Again, one more question related to fraction only. X square minus x by 6 minus 1 by 3 equal to 0. We have two different numbers in fraction. In the previous one, same number was there. So whenever these type of questions are coming, what we will do? We will take the LCM of 3 and 6. LCM of 3 and 6. That will be equal to 6. So we will multiply the whole equation by 6. Hope all can do now. The first one will be equal to 6x square. Here we will multiply it by 6. So 6 and 6 will get cancelled. We will get here minus x. Here again we will multiply it by 6. So 3 and 6. 3 2s are 6. So it will be equal to minus 2 is equal to 0. We will do the factorization. Sum should be equal to minus 1 and product should be equal to 6 into minus 2, that is equal to minus 12. Again we have to do the subtraction there. We will find out two numbers whose product should be equal to minus 12 and sum should be equal to minus 1. I think all have got the number 4 and 3. And since sum is negative, minus 4 and 3 we have to take. So we are writing it as 6x square minus 4x plus 3x minus 2 equal to 0. Common factor, If we will check, both are divisible by 2, 2x we can take common. Inside the bracket it will be equal to 3x minus 2. Here nothing is common, so we can take 1 common into 3x minus 2 equal to 0. So we are getting 3x minus 2 into 2x plus 1 equal to 0. Equate each factor to 0. Then we will get one value is x is equal to 2 by 3 and another will be equal to x is equal to minus 1 by 2. These are the two zeros of the polynomial. So whenever fraction is there, don't do it fraction there. You can remove the fraction and then you can simplify. Moving to one more example. Root 3x square minus x minus 10 root 3 equal to 0. So by saying, I think it will be quite difficult. Not. We'll simplify it there. Just to check, we have to need two numbers. Sum should be equal to minus 1 and product should be equal to, now we are multiplying it, minus 10 root 3 into root 3. Minus 10 root 3 into root 3. Irrational numbers will get multiplied. Root 3 into root 3 will become 3. Minus 10 into 3 will be equal to minus 30. So if we need two numbers whose product should be equal to minus 30 and sum should be equal to minus 1. Without using the table, if you are able to do it, you can do. Otherwise, if you want, you can check it there. I hope you all got the number 6 and 5. Out of this, the sum is negative. So the greater number you have to take negative. So rewriting it as root 3x square minus 6x plus 5x minus 10 root 3 is equal to 0. Now we have to check what will be the common factor there. In these two, if we will check, I am simplifying it since here we have irrational number there. 6 can be written as 2 into 3. And as we have studied in 9th class, 3 can be written as root 3 into root 3. So this 6 can be written as 2 into root 3 into root 3. So in these two terms we have the common factor root 3 and x, taking it outside. Root 3x. Inside the bracket remaining it will be equal to here x minus, we have taken root 3 common and we have taken x common. So remaining is 2 root 3. Here if you will check, 5 is there and 10 can be written as 5 into 2. So we have plus 5 common. Inside the bracket remaining is x minus 2 root 3 equal to 0. Always these two expressions should be same. Common factor x minus 2 root 3 into root 3x plus 5 equal to 0. Equate each separately to 0. So we will get x is equal to 2 root 3, or if root 3x plus 5 is equal to 0, we will get x is equal to minus 5 by root 3. So these are the different examples. Using this, I think you can do the factorization. Hope this method is clear to you. It will be easy when we will do it using quadratic formula. So more examples I will give you when we will do it using quadratic formula. That will be easy method. All can note down this one. So I hope the method is clear to you. Just remember some things only. We know the concept of addition, subtraction, multiplication of integers. We are just playing with the numbers there. If the product is positive and sum is also positive, then both the numbers positive. We have to do addition there. If product is negative and sum is positive or sum is negative, then we have to take one number positive, one number negative, and in this case we have to do subtraction. And if product is positive but sum is negative, product positive and sum negative, it will come when we will take both the numbers negative. And in this case also, when two numbers are negative, we know we have to do addition there. So this is the method of factorization. Hope all got this method there.